demonstrate to you how to make a pleated mask with a lining and be able to do a filter in it as well if you would like. So for your pleated mask, you have your top outer fabric, your inside fabric. So we're going to put the inside fabric on top of your colored fabric, and we're going to sew 1/4 of an inch on each end. This is the top and the bottom of your mask, leaving the sides open. Once you have done sewn the top and the bottom, you're going to turn your mask right side out. And we're going to press. So we're going to press where we have sewn. And that's it. In order for you to have a filter into your pleated mask, we will need to finish one or two edges of the pleated mask backing. So in order to do that, we're going to fold 1/4 of an inch, and then another 1/4 of an inch. And then we're going to press this. Do that to both ends of your backing. Then once we've done that, you're going to put your color fabric and your backing fabric together, and you're going to sew. Then you want to sew the other end. I should have sewed that too. After you have folded your lining fabric, you need to sew the ends. sewn both your pieces of fabric together, you want to turn them right side out. And at this point, you will press the top and the bottom. Once you've done that, you want to stitch, do a top stitch on your fabric to help hold that in place. At this point, we're going to use our pleating jig. Now, the pleating jig is where you're going to fold on the solid line and bring it to the dash line. So there's a solid and a dash on your pleating jig. So if you lay your pleating jig on top of your fabric, you can fold. Make sure that you get it the way you want it as far as which way you want the folds to go. Usually on a mask, you want the folds to go down and not up. So we're going to fold the paper and the fabric, pinching it all together. Okay. At this point is where I like to use these little clips. They work really well. You're going to bring it to You're going to bring your solid line to the dashed line, and you're going to take a clip and clip it. That helps hold your fabric and your paper. Okay, just like that. And then take the iron. Your iron can press through the fabric and the paper. And you're going to repeat that with your other lines. Fold, bring to the dash, clip, and press. And we have 3 pleats in this. We have 1 more. You could put a clip on both sides if you want. To help hold your pleats. We got 1 more. We're going to fold and bring to the dash and press. At this point, you're going to bring it to your machine just to do a basting stitch to hold your pleats in place. So you're just going to kind of stitch across the end, across your pleats, so that your pleats will stay in place for you while you're putting your bias tape on the ends. So do this to both ends, just to hold your pleats in place. Once you've done that, if you want to cut a piece of bias tape for both ends of your mask, you want it a little longer than the mask so that you have room to finish the ends of the bias tape. So this one is approximately, what do we say, 6 inches long. So you're going to cut them at 6 inches. And then you're going to finish the ends of the bias tape. So kind of measure it out on your mask. Make sure you just kind of center it, fold the ends under, and then we're going to stitch both ends of the bias tape. Check it with your mask, make sure it fits, and finish the other end of your bias tape. And then repeat it with your other bias tape. At this point, we're going to attach our bias tape to our mask. Using a zigzag stitch. Repeat this with the other end of your mask. I used a different stitch on that. Then you have your finished ends, and now we're going to add the elastic for the ears. Okay, you're going to cut 2 pieces of elastic 12 inches long. At this point, you need to feed your elastic through the ends of your mask using either your elastic puller or a safety pin. Attach the puller to your elastic, pull it through your mask, and you would do the same thing if you were using a safety pin. You would feed it through. Okay. At this point, you would go to your sewing machine and stitch the ends of your elastic. So that it becomes one entire loop. Sew back and forth over the elastic 3 or 4 times to hold it together. And then repeat with the other end of your mask elastic. Then you want to pull your ends to the inside of your mask. And then stitch the 2 ends to hold your elastic in place. Repeat with the other side of your mask. And then on this mask, if you want, you can add these little elastic sizers. So we're going to put a couple of those on here. find them. They come in a package like this. You can find them on the internet. And they're little silicone sizers. They're just a little cylinder. But in order to put them on this elastic, you almost have to have one of these, because you have to stick the puller through the hole that's in it, catch your elastic, pull it back into the cylinder, and then you've got a sizer onto your mask. So put it through the hole that's on the back and pull the elastic through. And there you have a pleated mask. You can stick your filter inside of here if you want, or you don't have to have one. There you go.